Happy Filson Friday to all who celebrate. We are back this week to discuss one of the most iconic eras of the Filson history, and that is the Union-made era. And to level set a little bit, when I say the Union-made era, I am specifically discussing the period from the late 1940s to the late 1960s when the label had Union-made at the base of it. I am not discussing whether or not there was a garment worker involved in the production of a Filson garment, because the union has been involved in Filson production since its inception pretty much to modern day. Despite recent changes in Filson manufacturing, the production facility down in Kent is still a union shop and is still part of the UFCW, so they are still technically a union-made garment. No. What I am discussing is the time period that begins in the late 1940s, when Filson proudly displays the fact that they are a union shop and puts Union Made at the base of their label. The Union Made era in Filson goods, typified by the Union Made right there on the label, and then the other key element that you tend to find in the early garments is the enameled snaps. Now, Filson had been using enameled snaps since the inception of the Filson garments, and this continues until the 1960s. The other element that you'll always want to keep an eye out for is within this top right pocket, you'll find the garment workers tag in there. This exists outside of the Union Made period, but it's one of those elements that helps you to date a garment. Going from the 1940s and 50s into the 60s, one of the biggest changes that you will notice is the snaps. So while this is still labeled as a union-made garment, it still has the garment workers tag within. You'll notice that the snaps go from the enameled snaps to the debossed snaps. It's my theory that as Ted Reed took control of Filson as the second owner, he began to look at the cost-benefit analysis of the enameled snaps versus debossed snaps and figured out those debossed snaps were cheaper to produce, and so that's what we have to this day. But otherwise, those are the two main differences in the union-made time period. All right. So there are some subtle differences that I left out, but if you're looking to find out more, you know where to find me. If you're looking for a topic for the future, feel free to drop a comment down below, drop us a line. Otherwise, I will see you next Filson Friday.